The Calamity 2.0.7 update has just been released, and it makes some pretty big changes to the progression of a one-block run, including a rather large nerf to fishing crates and duplicating ores with mining armor. I'd like to go over some of these changes and what they mean for future playthroughs, but first I want to express how disappointed I am by the communication surrounding this update. When I first saw this Discord notification about an update that removes content dedicated to an awful individual, removes the stupidly difficult Master Mode Skeletron Prime AI, and fixes a long-standing bug with hard mode crates dropping ores before they're meant to, I was actually quite impressed. So much so in fact that I took to my own Discord to celebrate potentially the first Calamity update with 0 bad changes. But then I looked at the patch notes. It turns out this update didn't just remove some problematic content and fix some bugs. It also came with a bunch of other changes and removals that have a much broader impact on the game and what's possible within it. Now I want to be clear here that I don't expect a Discord message to include a full changelog with all of the features and changes in an update, but I think it's fair to say that this is a lot more than some simple bug fixes as alluded to in the update message. I'm hoping that this is just a one-off mistake and future messages will be clearer about how many changes there are in an update. So without further ado, let's get into what those changes actually are. Starting with the one you'll experience first in your own one-block playthrough, the cooldown for duplicating ores with mining armor is now fixed. So anytime an ore is duplicated, there will be a random 3 to 6 second cooldown before it can happen again. This means a lot more time spent fishing and fighting slimes in the mid to late game, and makes anything using chlorophyte much less appealing, as the only on-tier way to farm it is now to wait for it to slowly grow through mud. The main drawback here, however, is found in the early game, where you really just have to pray that you can gather up enough ore before your first slime rain, otherwise that's another 20 hours of your life you won't get back. All in all, I really can't be too mad at this one since I've always known that the cooldown not applying was a bug. But what I really can't understand is that the Calamity developers seem very likely to remove the set bonus entirely, with the reason given that it apparently makes normal playthroughs worse. Now I don't know if I've been living under a rock recently, but I've yet to hear of a single person using mining armor to dupe ores in a normal playthrough, and that's before the cooldown fix took effect. This is not some meta-defining strategy like Trasher stacking or the Reaver Shark, and removing it would only harm those incredibly niche situations like Skyblock where it's actually useful, with absolutely no benefits anywhere else. While we're on the topic of ores, as far as I can tell it's now completely impossible to get Meteorite on a one block, as it no longer drops from Astral Crates. This means no Comet Shard for extra mana, the loss of many weapons including the Star Cannon and all its upgrades, and most tragically, no Astral Armor. Meteorite wasn't the only thing removed from crates in this update though. In fact, they've been entirely gutted, with Calamity axing almost every addition it made to vanilla crates and severely reducing the loot pool of their own crates. The main impacts on one block are the loss of acid wood from sulphurous crates, meaning no goblin army or magic storage until after defeating the Eye of Cthulhu or Skeletron, no auric ore from titanium crates, however you can now craft 10 auric ore from 1 Yaren soul fragment near Shimmer, and last but certainly most painful, the fact that brimstone crates no longer contain hellstone or hellstone bars, which moves this vital resource to post Moonlord when you have to shimmer a demon conch or lava-proof fishing hook to get it. This also means you can no longer summon the Brimstone Elemental or Calamitas clone until post Moonlord, and considering Brimmy drops one of the best weapons to use against Astrum Aureus, this could make your run quite a lot harder. At this point I'm really just hoping they don't remove the ability to shimmer these two items for Hellstone, as it's now the only way to fight Calclone, which itself is required to beat Supreme Calamitas. So if they remove these, then the map becomes actually unbeatable. If that does happen, then at least the vanilla Skyblock seed might come along and make one block work again. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the series and want to support the channel, then you still have time to buy the beautiful mousepad I've created in collaboration with Eclipsify Designs, which was inspired by the playthrough. I don't want to waste your time with a long ad though, and I know most of you have already left, so all I'll say is there's a link in the description if you want to grab one, and as always, thanks for watching.